Are you kidding me? I realized that my was off the whole time. My bus is going to come in 2 minutes. So we need to hurry up a bit, get my electric skateboard out, and I will check the door. Okay, let's go. The bus is behind me. The bus is behind me. Jesus. Oh. Okay, made it. Oh, okay, that's the first part. Man. And that's one of my daily struggles, to catch the bus. Okay, great. So we're at the train station, Alstetten. So I can now confidently tell you about the story of what I'm going to tell now. Why the 3D animation is so important for me, and why it could possibly change my life, and also for my future. When I was a young child, I loved to do 2D and 3D animation. It was my favorite thing to do. I always watched cartoons, I always analyzed like every frame. I was like inspired from the old like Cartoon Network, how they do it. And then I think when I was in middle grade or like in high school, I saw anime, and anime really changed everything. I saw that how awesome they created the stuff, fighting, drama, everything, how fluently they do it. I think one of the movies, Gilby Studio, the movie called Spirit Away, was my favorite. The animes, the fluently, how smooth the walking is. I loved it. So when I was young, I always tried to do like stick animation, you know, like the stick animation, fighting stick animation that you see on YouTube so often. I did that so often. But then I realized I was so terrible at it, so crap that I just gave up with it. Then I want to be a film director, you know, like this, vlogging, filming in places. But then in Switzerland, there's no job or school that will teach you that. So I'm like, wait, my two dream jobs, my future jobs are ruined. And also adding salt to the wound, I also wanted to be a 3D animator when I was young, which is funny. I wanted to be a 2D director and 3D animator because I love film directing. And I saw this guy who made Haloid. Halo was like a fight scene with Master Chief fighting all of the alien races, and then also came Samus in her chick mode technically, and they were like fighting like in so awesome ways. The choreography was so good, the creativity was unique. And then I looked who made it, and it was Monty Oum, the maker of RWBY and also Dead Fantasy. And I checked Dead Fantasy because RWBY wasn't created, and dude, he was the first person who introduced like fighting but in team battles. Like the flow was so on par with the animation. Even though it looked so bad, but the animation, the fight, the choreography was on par. And I actually want to do it too, but unfortunately I was not motivated. I didn't have like the drive to do it. So at the end of it, I was like, nah, you know what, I'm not gonna do it. And I was like, I think 14, 15. And then, you know what, I just started doing 2D drawings, you know, like Riot Games, Splashart, that was all my inspiration. And fast forward, now 2017, I was unemployed, didn't have any job. And then I was looking for a actor concept artist school that can help me, bring me to the industry, gaming industry. And surprisingly, there are none here in Switzerland, which is like, wow, I have to go to America or in Germany or in Amsterdam to find me an art school for gaming. But luckily, I found a school who gives me game art, 3D animation, and guess what? 2D animation. And I'm like, where is this school? And I saw it was only in Zurich, 20 to 30 minutes far from my home. I'm like, are you kidding me? I need to go there. So I went, I signed myself in. I get like a small interview, like, okay, here's my money, because they only want the money, and they signed me in. And it was like very short, because it was starting in about a week. When I was seeing that, I'm like, shit, I need to call them. I need to get in there, because the next entry is in 6 months, and I think it was on September, and it was like so close. I'm like, I need to get in there. I need to. And I went there, I talked to them, and like, hey man, sign me in. I'm going to give you the best of my meat. That I will be doing the best of the best. And I got signed up, and I'm now here. In the school called SRE, that I'm here right now. So, this is the school where all my dreams as a child came true, will be coming true. And I hope this is also a new start, a new beginning for my career, because before I was also a computer science guy, but I didn't finish it, and I wasted my parents' money. Apologize. So this is my last chance, my last hope of making my dream as a child when I was young come true, and I can be finally working in the animation industry or in the game industry. To summarize it, remember, like Shia LaBeouf said, don't let dreams be dreams, just do it. I did it. Don't let your dream be forgotten, and remember them when you were a child, what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, if you work, you want to have fun while you're working, and that's the most important factor. So let's go to school, that's right behind me. Still have 2 hours, and then I will be telling you my first lesson in 2D and 3D animation, what they taught us. So let's go. Right now I'm a little bit early, I don't know if you can see it. My lesson will start in 1.5 hours, but I like to come here early so I don't be stressed out, and I can also do some chores here, since school is like the place where you learn and behave and study instead of gaming and procrastinating. So we're going to set it up, my stuff, and then we're going to listen to the teacher that will be presenting her and teach us the animation of art in 2D, the history. Okay, get out of here. Let's get out of here. It was a long day. We did animation for 3 freaking hours. And I have to say, it was awesome. The best thing I ever had. So what we did, we looked at the history of animation, and it was really good structured. She showed us like the basic foundation of animation, where it all started, from the old, cavemans to the Egypt to the Greeks, and then she showed us different kind of techniques that people used for a very long time, and I did not expect it. So I'll be telling you more about it until I get home, because my battery's flat and I need to do something else before. And that is, I have to give something back that you saw at the beginning, and that is priority right now. There's a police car. Anyway, I'm eating bread right now. I'm hungry because it's really late, almost 8 o'clock. So, you know what? I'm bought some bread, some chocolate bread, and enjoy it. Woo, pretty awesome. Look at that awesome view. This is an awesome view right now. With the sun there, sunset, awesome. I am thankful that it worked, because what you did not know, or they did not know, is I opened it already and I tested it out and it was terrible, but I said that I never opened it and never used it, so I want to return it in a full retail price. I was so scared when I was found at the counter there. I'm like, please don't check everything that it's used, please don't check it's not used. And he said like, okay, here's the receipt. Ah, okay, cool. Whew, okay. So, I'm back at my place right now. It was a long day, and thankfully my camera is still working after that disaster. Is it working still? Yeah, it looks like it seems working. You know what fell down? It fell down there, exactly where that pillar is, that's white one there. I was trying to put it there. Exactly, and then it just slipped out of the tripod without telling me, my gosh. Okay, so there's the damage. It hit exactly the lens, just like dropped like that. And that is not the only damage. It hit one of the worst spots also, the LCD screen. It just hit it exactly here. How was my first lesson in school? I can tell you, was pretty awesome. Our teacher, who was called Özlem, explained everything that we want to know, and is really interesting for people who are into it, like the history of it. And I'll give you three important things that I learned. And the first one was that the cavemen were already doing animation. In fact, in the cave you can see like buffaloes moving, and there was like a small story, but it wasn't animation, but like half animation, half picture. So the animation started already with the caveman people. The second thing that I learned is that they started doing like, cartoon animation only in the starting of the 1900s with one of the animation called Gertie the Dinosaur that was made from McCoy, where you can see like a dinosaur, a big huge dinosaur in 4 legs walking around, and is also in fact talking to the people, or looking at the people, breaking the fourth wall, meaning it was also one of the first animation breaking the fourth wall. And you can see how crazy and over the top the illusion of animation is. It was really impressive. And the third thing is that I learned that Disney is like the pioneer of the golden age of animation, starting with Mickey Mouse, like Steamboat Willie. But the thing where it really started was with the Seven Dwarfs, where they really made the hugest step in the world of animation. Obviously, they won like maybe so many Oscars with that one, and they're still winning Oscars as until now. And the Seven Dwarfs created the basic fundamental for Disney. It created Donald Duck, Bambi, Goofy, Chip and Chap, I don't know, Pluto. All of those characters were created from the Seven Dwarfs. After the Seven Dwarfs. Correct me if I'm wrong on this, because I learned it in school. Disney is the grandfather of the golden age of animation that we see now in our big screen, that I did not expect. Walt Disney, you are a genius. So, the conclusion of everything. school is fun if the teacher can make it fun. Because if the teacher doesn't make it fun, you will be bored to death. But this was a really good lesson. And also to mention, it also comes from you guys that you also have to be engaged with it and also want to do it, because if you don't do it, you will just make the most minimum effort for your project. And that is what I learned from the previous project with my teammates. That's it for me right now. I'm going to say goodbye. If you want more content like this, hit that subscribe button. I'll be producing more and more, even though you're not subscribed, but I would appreciate it. Thumbs up if you like it, thumbs up if you don't, and also leave down a comment down below if you have any ideas what I could do for my project. And it's more in a fighting team, like fighting sticks, but more in, you know, anime style. If you have any videos, hit me in the comment and I will look it up and say thank you.